If you click that, it should launch the application. They also have a custom splash screen for all of their portable apps. You'll see it pop up in a second. So it says Notepad++ Portable, and it has a little banner ad at the bottom for PortableApps.com. And here is the Notepad++ application running off of your thumb drive. In this case, we're using a folder on the desktop, but same process. Now let me show you another way. There are some other applications out there that are portable, and they may not necessarily even be advertised as portable. As a matter of fact, as long as it says something like no installation required or something like that, as long as it's not using registry keys or other system files on the machine, it'll run just fine as a portable app. Now this one I believe is advertised as a portable app, but it's one of my favorites, and this is just an example anyway. This is a zip file containing Free Commander. I'm going to go ahead and extract that. Free Commander is an alternative to Windows Explorer. It's a file folder browser. So now I have it here in a folder. Now this time I'm going to manually cut, and remember, Portable Apps is the directory it needs to go in. Paste it right there. So again, any app that basically works out of its own folder, doesn't have any other things that it relies on that are contained within Windows itself, should work just fine this way. If I double click that, here's the executable to run Free Commander. These are all the DLL files and other settings that it needs. For alternative languages, these are all the language files it needs. So everything the app needs is right here in its own folder, which is a good thing. Now, one thing to note too, you have the one executable here that launches the program. Any executable you have here is going to be added to your Portable Apps menu. So if you happen to have one that's like an uninstaller, for instance, sometimes the programmers don't think of it being used as a portable app, and both files will actually show up as just labeled Free Commander in the menu app. So if you have the uninstaller there, if it's truly a portable app, you can delete the uninstaller. You're not going to need it anyway, because if you ever do want to get rid of the app, all you got to do is delete its folder. There's nothing else, no complicated uninstall to do, so you don't need the uninstaller. However, you may have another executable here that is to a system tray for the application or something like that. Unfortunately, you're going to have to leave those there, or else you're going to lose functionality. So if you do show up with more than one listing in your menu for the same program, it may be a little confusing. You're just going to have to remember which one is the app itself, which one is the system tray icon. You may have one for something else. That's just something you'll have to live with, unfortunately. But anyway, basically what the menu is going to do is it's going to look, if this was the root of my thumb drive, it basically looks at one directory down. So for instance here, one directory down, there is an executable for Notepad++. For the menu itself, one directory down, there it is. It's going to look for that format. So if I had another folder here that contained all of these, then it won't be able to find this program because it's one subdirectory too far down. It's got to be from the main directory, Portable Apps directory, only one folder or subdirectory down is where your executable needs to be. So now that it's in the right place, all you got to do is open the menu, go back to options, and hit refresh app icons. And bingo, there it is, Free Commander. Now that name is not driven from the actual name. You saw that it was named freecommander.exe. It's not getting it from the name of the executable. It's actually reading the properties of the executable, and whatever the software developer put in there as the name there is what it's pulling, which is why I was saying sometimes if they do the same for an uninstaller, you'll end up with what looks to be identical links right here that both say Free Commander, when in fact one is the app, one is the uninstaller. And luckily in their latest version of their menu, this wasn't the case before. Now when you point, this bubble actually shows you the location. So that's a help to an extent, but again, it only takes you down to the path. Doesn't tell you the actual file, but so anyway, this is where all of your apps are going to list, and it will list them alphabetically. If you get a really long list, there'll be some like a scroll button here at the bottom. You can scroll down and you'll end up with one at the top when you're further down in the list. So that's how that works. Again, just clicking out of the menu closes it. And just to show how these work, again, if you click Documents, it takes you right there. You can see the 3 subfolders, or you can go directly to them from here, Pictures for example. So you can store all these things on your thumb drive, and you're literally 2 clicks away from getting to them. Explorer takes you to the root drive. In this case, it's my C drive. Normally it will be whatever drive letter your thumb drive is connected as. So that pretty much wraps that up. Now, let's say later on you want to replace your thumb drive. Remember, your thumb drives only have a limited number of writes. So I would say at least once a year, replace your thumb drive, even if it's working fine. Purchase a new one. It's your chance to go with a larger capacity that's even cheaper, as a matter of fact. And all you have to do to get all your portable apps over is to just open up your thumb drive, Control A to select all, copy, and then go to your new thumb drive, which would basically be empty, and choose paste. And since they're portable apps, everything they need is in their own folders. Everything should copy over just fine, and just as simple as that, you migrated your entire portable apps collection from one drive to another. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to do this just for upgrading. You can copy all of this onto a folder on your desktop to keep it as a backup, or you can copy it over to multiple thumb drives so that you have all these apps with you no matter which thumb drive you're using. You can also, a lot of these thumb drives, as long as they don't need to write back to their folders, you could just take this folder here and see, in Windows, I think I disabled it on mine, but on your Windows you may be able to hit to go to CD, or if you have a CD burning application, you can tell it to burn it to a CD. As long as it fits on the CD, you can use that CD rather than a thumb drive. You can also use any external drive, a network drive, whatever you want, and run apps from that. It's very flexible, very usable. Once you've got all your installations